And I think that might have been the most hurt Tyson Fury I've ever seen.
More than the knockdown that he sustained from his first fight with Wilder?
Yeah, that's what makes it even more surprising is that where is this power from Usyk coming from?
Is Oleksandr Usyk the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now?
He has so much accolades under his belt. So he got a gold medal amateurs. Now he has a undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight. I mean, this is legendary stuff.
Let me just say this. We love Emmanuel and Navarrete, right? Maybe because we're biased and we're Mexican, right? This man performed horrible. I think easily the worst fight I've seen Navarrete fight. Welcome back to another episode of the Last Round Podcast, where we cover everything from traditional boxing to influencer boxing and everything in between. In today's episode, we'll be going over the undisputed heavyweight showdown between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, as well as the showdown between Emmanuel Navarrete and Denis Berinchyk for the WBO lightweight vacant title. But before we dive into the episode, make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all forms of social media. Link is down in the description below. And lastly, don't forget to join us on our Discord. The link is also in the description down below. Now, diving into the episode, this past weekend we had the anticipated heavyweight showdown between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, the Ukrainian against the Brit or the Gypsy King. And this fight, originally planned for February, was postponed due to a cut that Tyson Fury sustained over sparring during his training camp, and it was pushed all the way over here till May. But we finally got the showdown in Saudi Arabia, and this fight, man, it was I think it lived up to the expectation that many people were anticipating that it was, and it surprised a lot of people the way it went. What are you guys' thoughts about this heavyweight showdown?
Yeah, it was a great fight. I think so far I'd say it's the fight of the year for me personally. I think there was back and forth action. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury was in there doing antics, taunting Usyk. And then Usyk showed some power and hurt Fury. So I think this fight kind of had it all. It was close, competitive fight. Both fighters had their moments. You know, you're at the edge of your seat wondering what was going to happen next. So I was actually very excited and impressed.
Yeah, me too. I feel like after the 8th or 9th round, like it was kind of hard for me to decide who was winning because at the very beginning, it seemed as though Usyk was winning. He won like the first round or two, and then Tyson Fury kind of came back, and then it was kind of like a little back and forth. And then you see the smaller guy hurting a 6'9" giant. Oh, and then knocking him down. Oh my God! Like after that, I was like, "Oh man, who's gonna win? Is Tyson gonna come back?" And it was a lot of back and forth, and so I was thoroughly entertained as well, and I think a lot of people were as well.
Yeah, it was the fight that had you, like you said, at the edge of your seat. The thing is, you know, after the fight, people online were very vocal about their opinions about the fight and whatnot. Many people were saying, "Oh, Usyk absolutely battered Tyson Fury. You know, it wasn't close at all."
Yeah.
All that talk, right? And I gotta disagree with that, man. First half of the fight, I was edging it towards Tyson Fury. I thought he was doing a great job keeping the range. You know, he's pumping that jab. His two best weapons were the jab and the right uppercut. In multiple occasions in the first half of the fight, he landed that uppercut. And I mean, I gotta say, I saw Usyk get hurt once or twice in there, man. Fury had him in his fight, you know, and the momentum was in Fury's side. I thought he was doing great. I actually thought I was, you know, watching the fight, I was like, man, Usyk just fell right into Tyson Fury's game plan. At one point, it just seemed that Usyk was just following him across the ring, wasn't even trying to cut the corners anymore, you know, cut him off, you know, make him stay in the ring or in the corner. He just seemed to be following him around. And I think, you know, I seen that during the first half of the fight. I was a little, you know, worried about Usyk. I was like, you know, I was going for him. So I was like, oh, man, this is not going good for him. But that knockdown changed everything. You know, the narrative is all about that knockdown. You know, the momentum of the fight completely shifted over towards Usyk. And, I mean, honestly, you just got to blame Fury for that, man. Because he, like you said, he was doing a lot of his antics that he does, you know, to show that he's having fun. He's not nervous, you know, that he's him when he does his little showboating, his little emotes in the ring. And that sequence where he got hurt, rocked and hurt, he was throwing pity pat punches, man. Like, you can't be doing that against a fighter like Usyk, who's a very technical fighter who will punish you for making mistakes like that. And I mean, he punished Tyson Fury, and I was genuinely surprised to how hurt Tyson Fury was during that entire ninth round, I believe, that he dropped him.
Yeah, Fury got too overconfident. He got too cocky. He started, letting go of the gas, I think. He started believing that Usyk couldn't hurt him. And obviously, Fury, because like you said, I think Fury was getting in control of this fight in the middle part of the rounds. I think from like rounds 4 to 8, when Fury got knocked down, I think he was dominating. He was in control. Usyk was being super ineffective, like you said. And I think it kind of goes to show what you were saying, that a lot of haters, a lot of casuals online were making it seem that this fight was Usyk was completely dominated this fight, and that's absolutely not the case. I mean, this was as close as a fight can be. I personally had it 6 rounds apiece, but because of the knockdown, I had Usyk winning this fight. So this was a close fight. I think a lot of people weren't really telling the true side of the story, where Fury was boxing beautifully. I mean, in those middle rounds, like pumping the jab on his toes. Usyk couldn't catch him. Usyk wasn't doing anything to him. So it was a close fight, but I think, Usyk's just power showed up, and Fury's, I want to say, his cockiness also got the better of him. He got caught with that left hand, and I think that might have been the most hurt Tyson Fury I've ever seen, and that's kind of surprising
more than the knockdown that he sustained from his first fight with Wilder.
Yeah, that's what makes it even more surprising, is that he's fought Deontay Wilder, which I believe is one of if not the hardest punchers ever in heavyweight history. And I don't think he was that hurt against Deontay Wilder. Like, where is this power from Usyk coming from? Like,
because he didn't see it, man. Just a punch. I mean, we talked about this yesterday. He went 3 fights with Deontay Wilder, and in those 3 fights, they knew that the right hand was going to be thrown at a point, and that's Deontay Wilder's best punch, the right hand. So even he knew that if the right hand landed, I mean, it was gonna land, it's gonna hurt, whatever. But with Usyk, like you said, I don't think he believed that Usyk had the power enough to hurt him. So when he got caught like that with a punch he didn't expect, oh man, he was on his. He just all over the. He was like ping ponging all across the ring, man. It was weird. It wasn't weird, but it was just. It was surprising.
Yeah, it was surreal almost.
Oh my!
Seeing a tall giant be going from rope to rope from a guy who's very small like that. Like, no one suspected that.
I just didn't suspect Tyson Fury to do that. I mean, it was crazy to see him going crazy, but it's just a punch that you don't see coming is what hurts you the most.
Yeah, and I would say, like what you guys stated, like in the middle rounds, I would say Tyson Fury was taking control of the rhythm of the fight, dictating the pace. There was, like you said, there was one punch in particular, 2 punches in particular that were, it was kind of like a hook that kind of just stunned Usyk. And I think from that moment on, I think Tyson Fury thought that he had it in the bag. I thought he thought that he was going to be able to just finish his fight like this, just kind of boxing him around, maybe take him into the deeper waters, then maybe look for the stoppage. But that round in particular where he got hurt by Usyk, I think it was just because he really thought he had it in the bag. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Fury, not only was he doing the jab very well and also the uppercut, but the body shots too. He took a page out of Daniel Dubois and even Anthony Joshua with the selection of the body, because he was doing great body work, man. Usyk complained multiple times throughout the fight that he was hitting below the belt, which I don't believe he did.
Yeah, Usyk is a pussy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that boy, whenever it just hit him on the belt line, he was, or also he hit him on the side of the head, and he'd always complain to the ref, "Hey, back of the head." Man, get on with the fighting, bro. What the hell is this?
Regardless of that, Tyson Fury was doing a great job. I'm just saying, man, I think people are putting way too much focus on the 9th all the way to the end of the fight rather than looking back at what happened from the 1st all the way to the 8th. Because I think in my the way I was viewing the fight, I thought Tyson Fury was beginning to get in control, and I thought he was going to maybe take it away like that, because to pump it out to a scorecard decision for Tyson Fury, but it wasn't the case. The knockdown completely shifted it, which makes the rematch even more even better, because now, like, everyone agrees that the knockdown changed the entire momentum of the fight. That's cool. Now the rematch, how are they gonna adjust to it? Because early on, you could tell that Usyk did have trouble with Tyson Fury's jab, his range, his height. You know, the physical attributes that Tyson Fury brought to the table did play a big role in the early fights or in the early rounds for Fury, and the way that Usyk was very, you know, I just want to see the rematch now. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I think the rematch, I mean, it's very intriguing because, like you said, yeah, it's because a lot of people online, I just don't think that's the sentiment, though, online.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, they're just complete casuals. Like, they're making it seem that Usyk just dominated this fight, and that's absolutely not the case. I mean, this fight was really close. Fury had his moments, and at one point he was in complete control of the fight, but Usyk's power at heavyweight thankfully saved him.
Yeah.
You know, he was able to rock Fury, and after Fury got hurt, I mean, Fury just wasn't the same. You know,
He calmed him down completely.
Yeah, for the next couple of rounds, he had to recover. You know, he was extremely hurt, but a lot of these guys, yeah, they're making it seem. I don't think they understand like how beautiful Fury was boxing. Like, this was in those middle rounds. If you look at from rounds like 4 to round 6 to 7, Fury was looking amazing. He was looking one of his best ever, I think. Like, it was an old school Fury, you know, one with the herky-jerky type of style, sticking that jab, moving beautifully, acting like he's like a cruiserweight with those legs, you know. But so he looked amazing. But I just think a lot of people online, they think that Usyk now is the undisputed heavyweight, which he is.
Well, yeah.
He is actually. But the rematch, we could see a completely different fight, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, what do you guys think about Tyson Fury coming in at one of his lower weights that he's ever came into a fight? He looked pretty skinny.
He looked skinny, but I mean, it was part of the game plan. Because the thing is, you know, when I saw his gear, the green, I was like, oh man, he's gonna box his head off. He's gonna try to box him just like how he did in the first Deontay Wilder fight with the green and everything. I was like, hey, he's just gonna box him. He's not gonna try to bully him. He's not gonna try to be rough on him. He's just gonna try to stick and move, you know, fighting in the back foot. And that's exactly what he did early in the fight. And I think that's why they decided to go at that weight at 260, because for him being at that weight, you could tell he was, you know, compared to Ngannou, to the fight now that we had, complete different Fury in his body transformation. And I knew they were just gonna try to maybe go for the boxing type of style.
Yeah, I think you could kind of tell Tyson Fury's game plan depending on what weight he comes in. If he comes in super heavy, then he's gonna go for that
Muhammad Ali type of style.
No, the Kronk, bro.
Kronk. Yeah,
The
I was gonna say Bronx.
Oh, when
but
he's
I was like,
heavier.
I don't think
When
it's
he's heavier.
Bronx.
Yeah.
Kronk.
Yeah.
That Kronk type of style, the
Detroit
Sugar
style.
Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going forward, pushing his opponent back. But when he comes in lighter, yeah, he's gonna be on his legs. He's gonna try to move around, use his jab. And honestly, I kind of thought that was the wrong game plan. You know, going into this fight, I thought he should be a little bit more aggressive. I thought he should try to use his size on Usyk and not try to outbox this master boxer. You know, because Usyk is a master boxer. But it wasn't the case. I mean, Fury was outboxing him. And I was so impressed by Tyson Fury's boxing ability.
Yeah, and I want to say that's the reason why he was able to hurt him. I mean, I want to go back to the uppercut because people are I see the comments online. They're always just talking about the knockdown. Oh, look, Tyson Fury going from rope to rope. But Tyson Fury did hurt Usyk. There was like an internet shutdown. Like, he hit him with an uppercut, and then Usyk just stood there frozen. And instead of Tyson continuing to press the action, be aggressive, he let him go, and I feel like that bit him in the ass later.
Yeah, because he was trying to. It was just his game plan. I don't think he should have kind of done like both styles, kind of mixed them together. Where, you know, he's outboxing Usyk, but then when he gets him hurt, or when the second half of the fight, I think he should have been a little bit more aggressive and try to put his weight on Usyk, and that might have costed him the fight.
What could have been that he was just out of stamina.
It could have been, but I don't think so because he was light.
Yeah, he looked good though too.
Yeah, and he was looking good. I think mainly the stamina aspect was because he got hurt in that 9th round, and then he had to recover the next 2. I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, he was badly hurt, man.
I've
like,
never seen him hurt that bad. That's the worst I've ever. Yeah, like you said, that's the worst I've ever seen him. Like I said, he was just bouncing across the. It was like some WWE type of, when they use the rope to
On the
do
rope,
some-
it was like a rope-a-dope type of like.
just bouncing everywhere, and it was funny because, like you said, it's just seeing like this 6'9" dude or this very big dude just trying to get his footing right, but with this other guy just just running at him, just trying to finish him off. The thing is, that knockdown was by itself controversial because based on how the referee, I forgot his name, but
but we've seen him before.
Yeah,
He's a pretty prominent ref.
yeah, how the ref, people believe the ref should have stopped it. Some people believe that the ref saved Tyson Fury. What are you guys' thoughts on that argument that people are using?
Yeah, a lot of controversy around this knockdown, but I think honestly this ref is catching a stray. I think the people online are hating a little bit too much on this referee because I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
Throughout the fight, he stayed out of the action, and I think that's the best thing you can ask of a ref is not disrupt the flow of the fight. This fight was going really good. There was not that much, the ref didn't really have that big of a role in this fight, and it's good that he didn't impose such a stringent law on the fight. So I thought he did very good. Even in this knockdown, I think the ref didn't save Tyson Fury. I mean, he was, I think honestly the only critique you can give the ref is the fact that he didn't count the knockdown sooner, because if the ropes held Tyson Fury up, that's a knockdown.
It should
Be a knockdown. And there was, I think, 3 instances before the ref counted the official knockdown where Tyson Fury used the ropes to stay up. So that should have been counted as a knockdown. But people online are saying, oh, Tyson Fury, the ref saved him because... he saved him because he counted it as a knockdown before Usyk was able to land the finishing blow. But it's like if the ropes hold you up, that's a knockdown.
Yeah.
So the ref should have gotten in there and gave him that 10 count even before he gave him the 10 count.
Yeah. I think in the moment when, especially if you're looking at it from the point of view of being a Usyk fan, then you're like, yo, stop it, ref. You're seeing that in live TV. You're like, stop it. But I think it's really good because I would have been very pissed if that ref would have stopped it right then and there because it would have made no sense.
Yeah.
Fury finished the fight on his legs.
Exactly. I think that's the point as well, is the fact that this is an undisputed heavyweight championship fight. You're supposed to give the fighters the benefit of the doubt, especially when you're talking about Tyson Fury, who we've seen has one of the best recovery abilities out there.
Bro rose from the dead.
He rose from the dead against Deontay Wilder. And we saw in this fight against Usyk as well that he showed amazing recovery ability in the fact that he recovered from being that hurt in the 9th, and then he won the 12th round. So he showed that he recovered. I don't think this ref should have stopped the fight, and it's good that he didn't stop the fight. I think I salute the ref because I think he did the right call.
Yeah.
How about you think maybe Fury should have gone down?
Yes.
A couple seconds before he actually got counted out as a knockdown, because maybe he could have taken the knee, taken the fall, and taken 10 seconds to recover. Maybe that could have played a different role to how the fight could have ended up going, because 10 seconds of recovery are 10 seconds of recovery regardless how hurt you are. So do you think that could have helped Fury if he would have taken a knee?
Yeah, I think he should have.
Yeah, he should have, because that's exactly what I was saying, especially from the first left that landed, the left that hurt him. He instantly went back on the ropes, and then right away was like, oh shit, I'm hurt. I was like, bro, just go down, bro. What are you doing? You continue to get hit, bro. Just go down. It's fine.
And shouldn't that also be a knockdown? Because, I mean, even that first punch that he landed, Tyson Fury went on the ropes. I mean, the ropes held him up.
That was a beautiful shot, man. That was. Oh my gosh, bro! He caught him. That thing. There's like the picture that's out there when he gets connected with it, and it's just Fury's face just looking at the sky. Oh my, what a shot! But yeah, people are. That's probably the most controversial one. People are saying how it should have been called a knockdown, or I don't know, that the ref was paid, that the ref was a Fury fan, this and that, which I don't agree. Completely agree with you. I think I salute the ref. I think he did a great job. I mean, Fury ended up recovering well the next round. Maybe he took the round off, but he for sure recovered well for the championship rounds. And then he, like you say, he won the last round. So that's what makes the rematch a bit more spicy. There's drama in this fight, big drama. The big drama was knockdown. How are both fighters gonna adjust in the rematch, because both of them have verbally agreed to the rematch, and plus they have the rematch clause, so they're contractually obligated to do the rematch in October. Do you guys think Tyson Fury could make the adjustments to defeat Usyk, or do you think Usyk is just at a level that Tyson Fury just simply can't get over?
No, I think Tyson Fury has shown in his career that he makes adjustments very well. I mean, in that Deontay Wilder fight, the first fight, it was a completely different game plan. He was on his legs, trying to outbox Deontay Wilder, who was he wasn't the best boxer, let's say. He doesn't have the greatest skills as a boxer. Mm-hmm. And then in the second fight, he adjusted very well, and he brought the fight towards the power puncher. I think in this fight, in the rematch against Usyk, I think he has the right corner, and they can make the necessary adjustments to craft a game plan that's specifically tailored toward Usyk. Yeah. And I think he could be even more successful because this fight was already very close. I think this fight showed us that Usyk and Fury are at a very similar level. So with correct adjustments, Tyson Fury can pull the victory.
Yeah, I think so too. And in the rematch, I want to see Tyson heavier. Like I think it's weird when a guy's so big and he loses all that weight. Like for what? Like I feel like when you put as a heavyweight, when you put on more weight, not only I feel like you can take more of a punch as well, and I feel like that can also help him in the long run. Once he's fighting and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like that's the one thing that I want to see him like come in heavier, not so skinny. Because I feel like at the end that might be like a double-edged sword. Yes, you're gonna feel quicker and whatnot, but then I feel like you're also gonna be a lot more tired. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see just Fury being a bit more aggressive, man. I think like what Anthony Joshua did, in the second fight when he had success in that fight, it was when he was being pressured. When he was being aggressive towards Usyk, and Usyk was on the back foot, because Usyk has shown that he does struggle a bit when he's on the back foot. I mean, Derek Chisora, when he debuted at heavyweight, gave him a lot of trouble because Chisora is not the most technical fighter. He's more aggressive,
but he's a dog.
He's a dog. Yeah, you got to respect Chisora for that. And he just goes at you. And Usyk did have trouble trying to adjust to something like that, even though I cut him some slack because it was his heavyweight debut. But I mean, Joshua had success with the aggressiveness. So seeing in the rematch, I hope to see maybe Fury trying to, be more
take the fight to him.
Take the fight to him, being aggressive in that aspect. But I mean, right now we just got to celebrate Usyk, man. That man, undisputed at cruiserweight and now undisputed at heavyweight. That's crazy, man. He's a 2-time undisputed champion in 2 different weight classes, and heavyweight is one of the more lucrative weight divisions. So for him to be in undisputed there and being the king, the number one. I mean, it's a huge achievement, and he could just retire right now, and he could have. And he already has an all-time great resume, and he's a first-name Hall of Fame ballot. So, what do you guys say? Is Oleksandr Usyk the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now?
Exactly, because I mean, after this performance. Amazing performance and amazing accomplishment. He has so much accolades under his belt, even stemming back to the amateurs. Or did he get a gold medal, or did he?
He got one.
He got one gold medal. Okay, so he got a gold medal amateurs. Now he has a undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight. I mean, this is legendary stuff, Hall of Fame type of accomplishment.
And he's still undefeated.
Yeah. So. You got to give all respect to Usyk, man. He's an absolute dog, absolute accomplished boxer. And I do truthfully believe that an argument can be made for Usyk to be number 1 pound-for-pound fighter.
At the moment,
yes. I do believe so, because, I mean, just because of all the accomplishments that he's done and conquering a 6'9", 260-pound fighter when you're coming up into the heavyweight division is so impressive.
Yeah, I would say he's within the top 3 right now, because like Inoue, I mean, did the exact same thing. Became undisputed in one weight class and then went up to another weight class and became undisputed. Crawford did the exact same thing. Now Usyk did it as well. So, I mean, personally, you could argue about that.
I would say you got to give it to Usyk number 1 pound for pound, just because based on activity mainly and the accolades that he has. Because, I mean, Crawford would be my number 1 right now. But I mean, he's not active. he's gonna fight again.
That boy never fights.
He never fights. Yeah, activity.
He fights once a year, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what makes a great fighter or a great champion. The activity, and I mean, Usyk shows that he's active. Same with Inoue, which is why I highly value those 2 fighters. Not only are they skillful and very talented and generational fighters, but they're consistent in their fights. You know, they're constantly in the gym, constantly fighting big fights. Crawford is also doing the same thing. He's always in the gym. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he lacks the activity, and he hasn't fought since Earl Spence. We'll see him again in August, but that's going to be a full year since he last fought in the ring. So as of right now, purely unbiased, you got to give it to Usyk right now, number one pound for pound. And I think he has easily an easy argument to make for that number one pound for pound spot.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, just even two-time undisputed, yes, Inoue has done it, and Crawford has done it, right? But also doing it in the heavyweight division when you're coming up from cruiserweight, I think is much more impressive, just because of how much the weights and the heights range. You know what I'm saying? Usyk was 6'3", 220.
Yeah.
He let Tyson Fury be 40 pounds heavier than him with 5 inches of height advantage. That's so impressive. Like, for him to conquer him and, you know, hurt him that bad and just show that type of performance, I think is really impressive. And I think it's more impressive than Inoue going up 4 pounds, you know, and like an inch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it is a bit more impressive. So that's why I give it to Usyk.
And also, I guess for the casuals that don't know, that don't even know, but like there is a line between cruiserweights and heavyweights. Like, if you are a heavyweight in the amateurs, but you're not tall, you're gonna go to cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? There's always that cutoff line. And I think it's always admirable when you see a cruiserweight become a champion, like Evander Holyfield, and then he moves up to heavyweight and becomes a champion again.
Yeah, because he's at a disadvantage.
Yeah, they're tall as fuck.
He's small, and he's a lot lighter than all of the heavyweights. I mean, that's what makes it so impressive. He fought Anthony Joshua, 6'6", built like a bodybuilder. Now he fought Tyson Fury, who's 6'9", and he's like one of the biggest heavyweights ever, and he beat both of them.
Yeah,
that's such impressive.
And he hurt them too.
Yeah, such impressive by Usyk.
So now Usyk, many consider him to be the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, and easily the number one fighter in the heavyweight division. Big win for Ukraine, guys, right? Big win for Ukraine.
And the wins just keep on coming.
And the wins keep on coming.
The
wins keep on coming because Ukraine had a big day this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Not only did Usyk win and become undisputed at heavyweight, but a new WBO lightweight champion emerged in Denis Berinchyk, who successfully defeated Emmanuel Navarrete, the big favorite in this fight. You know, Navarrete was, I think, a minus 660 favorite according to DraftKings, so that's a pretty big favorite. But then Berinchyk really, you know, he must have watched the fight, and he came in inspired. He's like, you know what Usyk did, I'm about to do right now, but for the lightweights.
Yeah.
And now he's, for the first time in his career, champion at lightweight. So now, officially, the 135 division is filled with 4 champions. We got Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, and now Berinchyk. 2 Ukrainians and 2 Americans. Let's talk about the fight for Emmanuel Navarrete, though. Manuel Navarrete was going up in weight, debuting for his first time at 135. And let me just say this. We love Emmanuel Navarrete, right? Maybe because we're biased and we're Mexican, right?
Facts.
And I'll always support Navarrete. Well, my dude, this man performed horrible. I think easily the worst fight I've seen Navarrete fight ever in his career, because this one was a bad one, and he's coming off from 2 bad performances now. First one against Conceição, which I'll cut him some slack because Conceição is a great fighter, an Olympian, and just yada yada. So he's technical, and that's what gives Navarrete a lot of issues. Technical fighters. Berinchyk, I mean, he also had the Olympic pedigree, a 2012 silver medalist. But I was expecting Navarrete something more from him, and I saw nothing. I feel like he seemed so uninspired, so nonchalant in there. And even after the fight, you know, he gave it respect, which is, you know, kudos to him. But I feel like there's no drive in him, like, to do more, because, I mean, you're going up to a different division, because the commentators were saying how they were asking Navarrete before the fight, saying, oh, like, if you win, you're going to become a 4-division world champion. You're going to be among these Mexican greats. How does that feel, you know? And he was just like, and Navarrete responded saying, you know, it's okay.
I'm here to fight, bro.
Yeah, what the hell?
And they were saying, like, oh, maybe he's just saying that because he doesn't want to add pressure to himself, which may be true, but you could view it through another perspective that he doesn't have that fire in him. And I feel that's what's lacking in him now, because when you look at his fight against Oscar Valdez, He was so fired up from the first round all the way to the end. That was the best Navarrete I've seen in a very long time, and we haven't seen that version of him. And this fight showed that something's missing in within himself. That, I mean, it paid the price. He lost.
Yeah, he didn't look that good. I mean, this whole fight wasn't even that good. I mean, it was very sloppy, I think. And also, that's partly with Navarrete as well. He's always a sloppy type of fighter, but he also kind of elicits that off of his opponent.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're fighting such an awkward opponent like Navarrete, like, you kind of start being a little bit more sloppy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So both of these fighters were being a little sloppy. It was just a hard fight to kind of score. Like, it was a very messy type of fight, and Navarrete didn't do anything spectacular. Berinchyk didn't really do anything spectacular either, but I think he kind of did. I just think what he was able to do was make Navarrete super inefficient. Navarrete was missing so much punches. His looping punches weren't working. You know what I'm saying? His activity wasn't working, and that's what makes Navarrete. Unorthodox, high volume puncher. And if he can't do that, then he's just an ordinary Mexican. Like, he's just another guy from the street, man. But so hats off to Berinchyk. I mean, he stayed in there. He tried to he made Navarrete look so inefficient, and then Navarrete just didn't adjust in the fight. He didn't change anything up, and he ended up losing.
I mean, I would say that's true. That fire in him, that I didn't see it in his eyes. I feel like he was trying, but I feel like Berinchyk did a pretty good job of controlling him, kind of dictating the pace. You know, the fight was going at his pace. They were clashing a lot. They were clinching a lot, and then Navarrete didn't really know what to do, and he just kind of kept it like that. He just assumed that maybe his power was going to come in later on, but it just never did. He never found it. So props to Berinchyk. And unfortunately for me, this past weekend wasn't very good because both of my favorite fighters lost. Tyson Fury lost. Navarrete lost. So
yeah, I was pretty disappointed with Navarrete, man.
Yeah.
It just didn't look good. It didn't look like the Navarrete that I love. You know what I'm saying? And he even then, his body didn't look the best, which I'll cut him some slack because his body usually never looks the best.
But it looked worse this time.
It did look worse.
I mean, he was
going up. He was going up 5 pounds. So I don't know. There's a lot of. It was just not good to see Navarrete like that.
It was a bad fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a fight that he hopefully takes into account that, hey, maybe I need to change something. Hopefully. Am I too certain that that's going to happen? Not really.
Well, he said in his post-fight press conference when Bernardo Osuna was interviewing him, he was like, oh, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that I have to work on my technique. Yeah, he was talking about like he has to work on his technique, on his punches, and to a certain degree, I do agree, but also to another degree, it's like that's kind of what makes you know, the fact that you kind of throw awkward punches. So I don't know. It's hard to see where Navarrete goes from here, and the type of I think he does have to make adjustments though to his style to compete at the top of the 135 division.
And I wouldn't say just I feel like getting new team members as well, like maybe an assistant coach as well, or even better yet, a nutritionist as well. That would just help him a lot more, especially now moving up at 135. I think maybe he's realizing now that 135 may be a weight class where, okay, these guys are bigger, these guys can do other things, they don't feel my power as much, so they have the ability to just weather the punches or whatever. So now I have to bring a little extra, which means I gotta not eat so much junk food. That means I gotta hire someone else on my team and whatnot.
Yeah,
because his I mean, like you said, if he doesn't have any power, he's just an ordinary fighter, regardless how unorthodox he is. So him taking on, this is the thing, man. I'm so mad because I wanted him to win because, of course, because I'm biased as hell for him. But I'm just looking at the possibility of the big fights that could have happened at 135 with him being there. I mean, you could have gotten a beautiful fight with him and Shakur, Gervonta, any of those three,
or Loma,
any of those three fighters. It would have been good. Maybe he would have been the underdog for every single one of them. But it would have been nice to see a clash of style like that, and maybe a big upset. But now, I mean, he just fumbled the bag. Yep. There goes a big paycheck for these big mega fights at 135. And now he has to build himself up, Now he has to decide whether or not to continue campaigning at 135 or go back down to 130. And, I mean, he didn't make really... he said, he still want to campaign at 135, but then he kind of... I don't know. I feel like he wasn't really too sure about what he really wanted to do at the end of the day. but I'd want to see him at 135 again with a better performance, because I do want to see him fight these big fights at 135, because there is a lot of big fights for him. But as of right now, I mean, if you say that Navarrete is one of the big names at 135, you're delusional. Yeah, I don't think he should be mentioned along Shakur, along Loma, or along Gervonta Davis, because I think they would whoop his ass.
Yeah, and I think this is one thing. I mean, Berinchyk he's a tough opponent. Olympian in the amateurs. He was a compatriot of Lomachenko and Usyk.
Yeah, the same team.
The same team that went to the Olympics. Yeah,
2012
so
London Olympics.
this guy definitely has his own type of style. He's definitely has his own thing. He's not just some random guy from Ukraine.
He's experienced.
He's experienced. He has his own skill set and everything. So I think that also has to take into consideration where Navarrete was fighting a top, not I want to say a top guy, but a very experienced guy who knows what he's doing inside of the ring. So you're not just gonna blow right past this guy unless you're a elite, one of a kind type of fighter.
Well,
Sure.
the last 3 rounds of the fight though was more what we expected from Navarrete too. I mean, he was. I saw flashes of the old Navarrete. It's like when we were talking with Dad earlier. He said, and I agreed with him, that the last 3 rounds was the old Navarrete. The fire in him, where because his lack of volume throughout the fight. I mean, he didn't throw nearly as many punches that he normally throws, and he missed so much more punches than I've ever seen him miss. Man, he was punching air multiple times throughout the fight, and very frustrating to watch. I mean, props to Berinchyk. He stood there. He took some of the shots that Navarrete landed, and some of the shots were hard, heavy, but I mean, he was able to withstand it. He made Navarrete was inaccurate. He made it tough for him. Made it physical at points. And at the end of the day, he became a new Ukrainian champion at 135. Kudos to him. Big win for Ukraine this past weekend. And now they're 2-0. Actually, they're 3-0 because Lomachenko last weekend also became champion. So Ukraine 3-0 in the month of May. They're having
and 4-0 because they're beating the shit out of Russia.
Are they?
So they're 3-0 now, and in the month of May. So Ukraine's cooking right now in boxing, and they got 3 new champions, man. 3 new big champions.
Yeah.
Well, 2 new champions, and Usyk was already champion.
Yeah.
But big upset in the 135 division. Now Berinchyk opens himself up to big mega fights.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think he's the weakest out of the 4. And even if Navarrete would have won, he still would have been the weakest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think they can do a lot of things here, because all 4 fighters are with top rank, or except Gervonta Davis, and then Shakur might leave either way.
He is going to leave, yeah.
He's going to leave. So but still,
2 out of the
2 of them are top rank. They could have Loma and Berinchyk, fight it out, see who's the better Ukrainian fighter.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if they will, because I mean, they're
in the
compatriots.
Yeah. In the post-fight, he said
You
that
have to, bro.
Bernardo asked him, do you want Loma? And he kind of said, well, I mean, there's Shakur and Tank.
Yeah, he said Shakur, Murataya, some other guy, I think.
okay.
I don't think he's gonna fight Lomachenko, and I was actually gonna say the exact same thing too. I think Berinchyk or Navarrete would have been the weakest champions at the 135 division.
How about this? Gervonta Davis, Lomachenko, Shakur, Berinchyk. Winners fight for undisputed.
I think if both Ukrainian fighters were never getting in a dispute,
Bro, no, they'd have to at that
no,
point.
I don't think they. Why,
Bro?
They just avoid each other.
Bro, so dumb.
It kind of reminds me. It reminds me of the UFC actually going at the 135 division where when Aljamain Sterling was the champion, and then you had Merab Dvalishvili who's gonna fight Sean O'Malley now.
Oh yeah.
They're buddies. They're in the same training camp. They train together. You know what I'm saying? They're in the same camp, like the same trainer and everything. And they wouldn't fight each other. Like they were just Merab was #1 contender, and Aljamain Sterling was a champion. And they were never gonna fight each other. I think it kind of reminds me of that. I don't think the Lomachenko or Berinchyk are gonna fight each other if they both are.
I don't think so either.
So they're just gonna hold up the division then?
Yes.
This is what's wrong with boxing. This sucks.
I
don't want to watch this no
It's
more.
for the country.
This is why Navarrete should have won.
Honestly, yeah.
No, here's the thing. I think the Ukrainian fighters are very much warriors. So I feel like they won't fight each other, but they'll fight for sure. either one of them will be like, yeah, I'll fight Tank, I'll fight Shakur.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah. And I think, I mean,
But Lomachenko said he wants undisputed though.
but will he go against his own friend?
Yeah, I mean
I don't think
he
so.
fell short against Devin Haney. I'm sure that loss stung him. I think he wants to get undisputed, man. The undisputed is
Oh,
his
no, he
dream.
does.
It's
He
his
wants to.
dream at 135. He's gonna do it. He's got to do it.
He wants to, but I don't think he'll go through anything, through everything, like anything. Like he's not gonna go against his country.
I think he is. I mean, Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford win the shit. They're American.
different.
Yeah, they weren't on the same Olympic
There's
team.
no patriotism in the U.S. anymore. Like that's different.
Well, regardless, Ukraine 2-0 in boxing this past weekend. New world champions, a new undisputed, and new vacant WBO lightweight champion. Dennis Berinchyk now opens himself up to mega fights at 135 and unifications. So the 36-year-old, 36-year-old,
Damn.
the 36-year-old finally got his breakthrough moment. And now he's on course to hopefully become a unified champion against the other fighters who are also champion at lightweight. So that's what happened this past weekend over in California, in San Diego, I believe, for the Navarrete and Berinchyk headliner.
And this is one thing as well. I mean, it was kind of bad for me and you.
Yes.
No.
Both of our fighters lost.
Yeah.
And our made predictions. You know, I had Tyson Fury beating Usyk by a split decision. So it went the other way. Split decision for I was about to say for Ukraine, for Usyk.
Yeah.
And then, to make matters worse, Navarrete loses as well, which was my other pick. So I'm down 2 this weekend.
Same.
So I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of mad.
Okay. So right now, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 fights that we predicted for the month of May. I am currently 4-5 right now.
So I'm 3-5 then.
So you are 3-5, and Roberto's also
3
3
and
and 5. The
5.
thing is, I'm in the clear, low key. Even if I do, because the next fight is our prediction for Josh Taylor and Jack Catteral.
Yup.
The big anticipated grudge match. That
Bad
if
blood.
something happens this week that cancels the fight, I won't even be surprised because this fight has been postponed so many times. I don't even have faith. I'm gonna, until the 5th round happens in that fight, I'm gonna believe that the fight is gonna happen.
Yeah, for real.
Regardless, so if I get my prediction right, then I get 5 out of 6. So I went for Jack Catteral, right? My prediction is Jack Catteral to win this weekend.
Same.
Rudos is also Jack Catteral to win this weekend, and Asa's predicting Josh Taylor to win. So
I think Taylor's gonna come out.
this last week, it's down to you guys, man.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Wait, that's the last one?
the last one.
Oh
Last
shit!
week of
So
May.
you're in the clear already.
I'm in the clear.
Nah.
I'm in the clear,
this is some
man.
bullshit.
I'm in the clear.
Wait, what's the punishment then? Because
We don't. Oh, we still don't know. Guys, let us know. We gotta make a video.
Yeah, we have to make a video
We gotta
about
make a video. Let us know what the punishment should be. I'm in the clear for the month. Let's go. I don't
Yeah.
gotta worry. But Rudo and Asa, hey man, you
Wait, no, because even let's say Jack Catteral. Let's say Josh Taylor wins, I'll be tied with you, and then Urtha would just lose, right?
Yeah.
So then you're still not in the clear technically. I mean, for a punishment, I guess.
For punishment, yeah. I'm just saying for the punishment, I'm clear.
Yeah, for the punishment, yeah.
But you guys, between one of you two.
It's between me and you, yeah.
Yeah. So this past weekend was a big hit to you guys. Yeah.
why did Navarrete have to lose, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, yeah,
that's
that's
the
so
one that got
dumb.
you. Yeah.
Disappointing, man.
So Josh Taylor, you have him winning.
Yeah, I've been winning. I think Josh Taylor's gonna win. I think
He's been running, bro. I don't know about that.
they're both. Nah, I don't think they've been running. I think they both actually want to fight, but I just think this is one of those fights that I think is never gonna happen. Like, there's been so much postponement of the Catteral and Taylor fight that is out of their control. I just think the universe does not want him to fight for some reason.
Nah, I think Jack Catteral wins mainly because of one activity. I mean, Josh Taylor, he hasn't fought since the Teofimo Lopez loss, and
Has Catteral fought in?
Yeah, he fought.
Yeah,
he fought more times than. Hold on, let me check him out.
He fought like once or twice, but I mean, he didn't look good.
Yeah,
But
he did.
you did? You think
Yeah,
he
his
did?
last fight he did. Hold up.
I might be thinking of another one, but I feel like there was like 1 or 2 fights. There was one fight in particular that he didn't look the best, but I mean, he got the win. And I think it was the fight right after his win against
Linares.
Shaw.
Yeah, he fought
Yeah.
Linares. So
I mean-
he's fought twice since the Josh Taylor.
Okay, that's pretty good actually. Yeah.
So I mean, they haven't been big name. I mean, Jorge Linares isn't.
He's a shell.
He's
A shell of his
complete
former
shell when they
self.
fight each other. Yeah. But I mean, better than Josh Taylor. I mean, Josh Taylor, ever since the Jack Catteral win, he lost against Teofimo, and then now he's back. So I mean, that fight was over 2 years ago now.
Damn.
So this fight has been brewing for over 2
That
years.
is a
It's
long
a grudge
time.
match.
Yeah.
Both guys dislike each other.
They hate each other.
They absolutely hate each other. So I think Jack Catteral is gonna take it. I think he's more active, and I think he's just gonna whoop Josh Taylor.
Well, one factor that I don't think we're taking into consideration is the location of the fight. Where are they fighting?
Leeds.
And that's Josh Taylor's backyard,
Yeah,
no?
isn't that a
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Leeds?
He's from Scotland,
yeah, he's
bro.
from Scotland,
He's
but I don't know
from
if he's from like born in like UK type thing.
Oh, UK it's the. Actually, I don't really know.
I think he's Scottish.
But the reason why I brought this up is the fact that Taylor, I believe, lost the last fight, and they gave it to him, no?
Yeah, and they were fighting in his hometown. Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're anywhere close to his hometown, you know what I'm saying? Taylor could give a little money to the judges and the ref and be like, "Yo, swing it my way."
That'll benefit you though.
Yeah, that would benefit me.
And then you're taking the punishment.
Hey,
but-
that'd be good. I wouldn't complain.
But yes, this Josh Taylor and Jack Catteral is the final fight for our prediction for the month of May. And I mean, it's a big one for you guys, not for me. I'm chilling. But I think we covered everything. Yeah, let us know down below. Who do you guys have for Josh Taylor and Jack Catteral for this upcoming weekend? Also, let us know about Dennis Berinchyk and Navarrete. Does Berinchyk, do well against the other champions at 135? Lastly, let us know about your thoughts about the heavyweight undisputed showdown between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Is Usyk the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world? Was the referee paid for Tyson Fury? Ooh. Let us know in the comment down below. Don't forget to follow us on all forms of social media. We are on X, TikTok, and Instagram. Lastly, don't forget to join us on our Discord. Link is down in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the episode.
Oh, and don't forget to comment a punishment for whoever loses our predictions.
Don't forget the punishment. Let us know what the punishment should do, or punishee. It's a punishee, right? What the punishment should be. And we'll see. We'll see what you guys cook. But yes, this was the Last Round podcast, and you have me, Pablo, with Rudo and Asa. And this was the Last Round podcast. Thank you for watching.